Hello and welcome to the USA breaking news on 29 May 2026. USA and Swiss envoys accuse Democratic Republic of Congo of failing to respect a peace deal. Kinshasa delegation from the United States and Switzerland have reportedly found that the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo failed to implement the key resolution agreed upon during recent peace talks with the FCM23 Liberal Coalition. In April 2026, representative of FCM23 and the Congolese government met in Switzerland, where both sides agreed to respect a ceasefire and release 477 prisoners within 10 days. On May 26, USA and Swiss envoys arrived in Kinshasa and held talks with Congolese officials involved in the Switzerland negotiations. So says the invoice questioned whether any FCM23 prisoners had been released or whether military offensive had stopped, but no clear response was provided. At the later, authorities in Democratic Republic of Congo announced that the release of such 7 people accused of collaborating with FCM23, among them 22 had already completed their prison sentences through their current whereabouts remain unknown. Under the Switzerland agreement, the Congolese government was expected to release 311 detainees linked to FCM23, while the rebel coalition was to free 166 individuals associated with the government sides. FCM23 maintains that it had already been releasing government soldiers, police officers, and their family members even before the peace talks began. The USA and Swiss delegation had initially planned to continue their mission to Goma, but due to the reported Ebola cases, they instead chose to meet FCM23 representative in the border city of Rubavu. USA warns citizen against travel to Uganda over raising Ebola treaty. The United States Department of State had advised the American citizen against traveling to Uganda amid growing concern over the spread of the Ebola virus. The decision was announced on May 28, 2026, one day after the Center of Diseases Control and Prevention elevated Uganda to level 2 alert status due to the increasing risk of Ebola infection. A similar travel warning had already been issued for the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In addition to ordinary citizens, USA government officials have also been barred from the traveling to eastern Uganda near the Democratic Republic of Congo border. They had further been prohibited from visiting healthcare facilities within Uganda. Meanwhile, Ugandan authorities continue tightening measures aimed at preventing further spread of the deadly virus. Public gathering, concerts, demonstration, and other crowded events have been suspended in Kampala and other densely populated areas. Uganda has also closed its border with Democratic Republic of Congo as a part of emergency containment efforts since the latest outbreaks began. 8 people have been reportedly infected, while one death has been confirmed. The Ebola strain involved known as the Bundibugyo virus was first identified in Uganda between 2007 and 2008, infected 149 people and killing such 7. In 2012, the same strain resurfaced in the Isiro areas of the Democratic Republic of Congo, where 77 cases and 29 deaths were recorded. The World Health Organization has warned that the re-emergence of Ebola in both Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo is a matter of global concern. WHO declared the outbreak as a serious international health threat. Its Director General Tedros emphasized that countries should avoid shutting down borders and instead focus on coordinated efforts, resources, and international support to contain the diseases. USA and Iran agree on a proposed 16-day ceasefire extension. The United States and Iran have reportedly reached an agreement on an extended 16-day ceasefire in their ongoing conflict, although the final decision still awaits approval from Donald Trump. The development comes after recent military clashes between the two nations. USA forces launched their strikes on Iran, while Tehran retaliated by attacking American military bases in Kuwait. According to Reuters, resources familiar with the negotiation confirmed that both sides have agreed in principle to the temporary truce, but implementation depends on Trump's final authorization. The proposed agreement is expected to open discussion on broader issues aimed at ending the 3-month conflict permanently, including efforts to stop Iran's uranium enrichment activities linked to fear of nuclear weapon developments. Despite some previous statements suggesting peace talks were progressing, Trump said during a cabinet meeting on May 27, 2026, that he remains dissatisfied with the negotiation with Iran. He also indicated that Washington was not ready to ease sanctions against Tehran, despite repeated requests from Iranian officials. In the latest wave of attacks, the United States reportedly destroyed 5 Iranian aircraft, missile launching facilities, and naval position near the Strait of Hormuz in what officials described as an effort to prevent further attacks on American troops. Kuwait forces also announced that they have intercepted and destroyed Iranian projectiles targeting their territory. US officials quoted by Reuters said these operations were controlled defensive in nature and intended to preserve the ceasefire. Meanwhile, Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps confirmed launching attacks against USA military bases and warned Washington against what it called continued provocations. Kuwait condemns the attacks and asked Iran to stop actions that could further escalate tension in the region. The Pakistan foreign minister, which has been mediating between Washington and Tehran, announced that Foreign Minister Ishaq Dal is scheduled to meet USA Secretary of the State Marco Rubio in Washington on May 29, 2026. The conflict between the United States and Iran began on February 28 and has accused major economic disruption worldwide. The fighting severely affected the Strait of Hormuz route through which nearly 20% of the world's daily oil supply passes, triggering global economic instability. FCM-23 vows the Democratic Republic of Congo forces and the FDLR will not enter Kinigi. FCM-23 coalition fighting the government of the Democratic Republic of the Congo has assured the residents of Kinigi Trading Center in Masisi territory that government forces, the FDLR military and Wazalendo fighters will not capture the area. Since last week, Congolese government troops alongside the FDLR and Wazalendo military have launched major offensive in areas near the strategic Rubaya mining zone, including Kinigi and Chuki, with the aim of taking control area this week. Pro-government sources claimed that Wazalendo fighters had seized Kinigi, Chugi, and the Rubaya. However, on the morning of May 26, FCM-23 launched a counter-offensive and reportedly captured several positions, pushing opposing forces far from Rubaya, an area rich in coltan minerals. The same day, the FCM-23 appointed administration of Masisi territory, Emmanuel Ndizeye Rutebuka, visited the residents in Rubaya and assured them that Congolese forces and allied military would never take control of the town. On May 28, Ndizeye also visited Kinigi, telling residents that FCM-23 and its armed wings, LSC, well present to guarantee their security and protect property, insisting that government forces would not seize the areas. No Wazalendo, no FRDC No Wazalendo, no FRDC, no FDLN will step foot in Kinigi. Trust ARC, he told residents. This AFRA dismissed the report circulated by support of the Wazalendo and the Congolese army claiming that FCM23 had lost control of Ruwaya and Kinigi. He urged residents to cooperate with FCM23 authorities in maintaining security, ensuring development activities continue peacefully in areas. In sports, last night, Petro Rwanda beats Al Ahly Benghazi to reach BAL final. The president of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, attended Thrilling Basketball League BAL semi-final at BK Arena, where Angola's Petro de Rwanda defeated Al Ahly Benghazi 94 to 88 points to secure a place in the final of the 2026 season. The highly competitive match played on Thursday, May 28, 2026 was also attended by other high-profile dignitaries. Al Hilal Benghazi started strongly with Donovan William leading the early scoring push, but at the end of the first quarter, Petro Rwanda narrowed the gap, but Al Hilal still relayed 24 to 23 points. The second quarter remained tightly contested with the both sides trading basket. Key contribution comes from Chilide and Ruwal, keeping the game balanced at halftime. Al Hilal 48 to 43 points advantage in the third quarter. Charles Edwards and Raphael held both teams maintain high scoring pace, but Al Hilal still led 70 to 65 going into the final period. The last quarter saw Petro Rwanda mount strong comeback with Dundao delivering a crucial penalty to overturn the deficits. Petro Rwanda ultimately sealed the 94 to 88 victory, booking their place in the BAL 2026 final. The championship game is scheduled for Sunday, May 21st, where Petro Rwanda will face Rwanda RSSB Tigers in a highly anticipated final. The third place playoff will feature Al Hilal Benghazi against Al Hilal of Egypt. The final is expected to be intense, with the Tigers impressing throughout the tournament, while Petro Rwanda brings extensive experience as one of the competition's most successful teams. The Angolan sides won the BAL title 2024, finished second in 2022, third in 2021, fourth in 2023, and the lost in last year's final at El Hilali Tripoli. Thank you for watching.